everyone, and welcome back to the Loome Shack. I'm your host for today, Alex, and for the first video in this series, we're going to be going over how to install the Loome agent, particularly for use in Loome Integrate Online. For today's video, we'll be installing it on a Windows box. However, in later videos, we'll be showing how to install it on Linux, as well as in container environments. Let's get into it.
With Loome Integrate open, you can now download an agent from the Agents page. This can be accessed from the Agents button over here, or by dropping down from the top right, selecting Agents. Once we get to the Agents page, we need to click Setup Agent. This will prompt us with a few of the supported platforms for the Loome agent. The one we'll be using today is Windows. The first step from the Windows instructions is to download the agent installer. This can be done by clicking the Download Installer button in the bottom right. I have one over here. Next step is to open PowerShell as admin in the folder with the installer. The easiest way to do this is click File, open Windows PowerShell, and open Windows PowerShell as administrator. You will then be prompted to allow the app to make changes to your computer. The third step is to copy the execution command. This ensures that PowerShell runs with what's required and that the agent can be installed with the correct privileges. Now, as this installer runs, the .NET Core runtime will be installed on new computers. This is a once-off installation that takes about 30 seconds and ensures that the binaries required by the agent will be there when it starts up the service. After that, the agent will be downloaded from our Loome servers. This can take a while, so we're going to skip ahead to when the agent's available.
So whilst this is installing, I'll just be going over what actually gets downloaded and installed as part of the Loome agent installer. The first part of the installer is to download the runtime that's required for the agent. This is just a necessary component that allows the agent to run on multiple platforms. After this, some additional features are prompted for installation. Currently, these include the Microsoft Genomics service and the Snowflake CLI. These features are used for the Microsoft Genomics integrations and Snowflake connections in Loome Integrate Online, and you only require them if you're going to be working with those technologies. If you don't need them now, you can just press N or No on the installer, and you can skip it until next time. Keep in mind, if you do need them at a later date, you can rerun the installer to install them. Another thing to note is that on some corporate networks, you may have some issues dealing with virtual networks or proxies. If you go to docs.loomesoftware.com and in the Integrate section, there's an entire page going over what security considerations need to be made to work with the agent.
Now that the agent's been downloaded and it's been unzipped, we'll be prompted as to whether or not we need to install any additional features for the Loome Integrate agent. These features aren't part of the Loome Integrate installation itself, but instead are used by the Loome Integrate agent to work with external services. For example, if you are using Microsoft Genomics service, you may be required to install the Microsoft Genomics service on this computer. If you are working with Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse, you may be required to install SnowSQL, a tool that's used in Snowflake for fast data transfers. For the purposes of this video, I won't be installing either. Please note that if you do need to install these features at a later date, you can simply run the install agent script again, and you will be prompted once again as to whether or not you need these features. And that's it. As you can see here from the installation, a lot's going on, so I'll try to break it down for you. First, Loome Integrate will check for any existing services. The Loome Integrate installer can be used for both downloading the agent for the first time and updating an existing agent, and will automatically provide any new binaries if the agent already exists. The next part is that the agent is registered as the following service here. Whilst it does look a bit unfriendly in its name, that service is completely unique to your computer and your tenant, so there's no need to worry about any conflicts. Over here at the bottom, you can see that there's an installation directory, which shows where your service is installed, as well as the name of the service. By default, Loome Integrate will install the service as a local system account on Windows. This means that you don't necessarily need to worry about what account your agent is running, and is the easiest option out of the box to work with. If you do need to modify the user account of your service, we can easily do this by opening up the services and finding the agent with the same name, which in this case was DG Agent OD44F, and so on. Once we've found the service, you can then open up the logon window and you can change the account here. This is sometimes needed when you are accessing SQL Server services, as well as any other resource that's locked behind a particular user account or group. Once we go back to our Loome Integrate instance, you can see that the agent has been installed with my host name.
And there you have it. Your Loome agent is now installed, and that's all for today's video. I hope you found it useful, and if you do want to learn more about Loome products, make sure to subscribe to the Loome Shack by clicking the link below. And if you are interested in a trial of Integrate, Publish, or the up-and-coming monitor, make sure to go to loomesoftware.com and click the Getting Started